What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and for today's video we're doing another character overview, and for today we'll be going over Jean. Now, like I will always say in all my character overviews, this is just information taken from face value. I go over skills, talents, constellations, and just give my opinion if this character is good with Xiao. If you guys have your own opinion on this character, please leave it in the comment section down below. Or if I make a mistake when it comes to the character's skills or constellations or talents, feel free to correct me in the comment section below. I do not like to act like I am always right. Now, let's get right into the video. Jean. Is Jean good for Xiao? Yes. You could use Jean as a sub DPS. People also use Jean as a healer. Now, Jean, same element. You basically can just run up with Jean, proc your E, gain energy from that, quickly switch into Xiao, get the overall elemental energy, and you just get a lot more. You can also use Jean for her Q, but let's just get into that right now. So, Anemo, obviously you get the Anemo res buff, really good. So, for E, now, it's like what I just said though. You wouldn't really be holding E, honestly. I mean, you could if you want to gather enemies, but you would not really be switching in to just hold E with Jean. It's not a core thing to really do. You're not gonna like run to one enemy, hold E, shoot them across, go to another enemy, hold E, shoot them across. I mean, you can. At the end of the day, you can. These are ideas, right? But would I recommend something like that? No. I feel as though you would just run up to an enemy, proc E, get the energy, switch into Xiao. That's basically it. That you would just use E for. So, for Jean's Q, so calling upon Wind's protection, Jean creates a swirling dandelion field, launching surrounding enemies and causing Anemo damage. At the same time, she instantly regenerates a large amount of HP for all party members. HP restored to Jean's attack. So, in the dandelion field, you continuously regenerate HP for one ally, continuously imbues them with Anemo. This right here, is it really good for Xiao? It depends. If it's on a boss and they're in that one area, it could be really good because you're continuously healing up in one area. If it's like mobs or something like that and they're getting thrown all around, Xiao is not getting that continuous healing. So Jean is sort of in a spot where you can use Jean for the E, for the energy back, and just put that energy onto Xiao by switching out really quickly. Or if you want to use it as a healer, you would have to really utilize it against some bosses that have a general amount of time for them to stand in one spot for you to get continuous healing when using Xiao Elemental Burst. So, getting into the passive talents, cooking talent number 1, obviously good. It's from normal attacks, just regenerate healing, and then passive talent 3, using Dandelion Breeze will regenerate 20% of energy. So that is the Q, which does help out obviously because now she has even a faster time to heal against. Well, let's say if you guys were gonna use this in overworld, overall it's just longer to heal. If you're gonna use it against a boss, bosses are actually really easy to gain energy on, so that's even better. So going to constellations, increases the pulling speed for Gale Blade after holding for more than 1 second. That's just if you want to switch in and do something like that. When Jean picks up an elemental orb or particle, all party members have their movement speed and attack speed increased by 15% for 15 seconds. Xiao does not really need attack speed. It is something that's cute to have. The movement speed as well. How would you really utilize something like this? Let's say you use your elemental reactions with your other teams. Xiao now has a other team members. My bad. Xiao has elemental burst now. You switch into Jean. You use Jean E, get elemental orbs, and then you start to use Xiao's elemental burst. And not only are you able to have a lot of movement speed, because this also adds on to the Anemo res, which gives you movement speed. Now you're able to zoom across the map to mobs, and you also have attack speed increase. So this could be something that's really nice to have. C3. Within the field of created dandelion breeze, all enemies have their Anemo res decreased by 40%. Really good for something like a boss. Now, I don't. Oh, it says within the field. I was about to say I wasn't sure if she could just proc Q and all enemies have an emo res decrease even if they leave the area. So within in the area, an emo res decreased by 40%. Standstill bosses, bosses that don't zoom around the map, really good, honestly. And it's obviously good for mobs as well if you're able to just like kill them really quickly. So going into C6, incoming damaging is decreased by 35% within the field created by Dandelion Breeze, and it's basically just another buff, but between like her support abilities, and also gives you a damage decrease. Good for Xiao. It doesn't take as much damage and have more survivability against bosses. So, at the end of the day, is Jean good for Xiao? Yes. But if you're not using Jean as a DPS for with Xiao, you'll be using Jean just to swap in and use E as a quick hit, get the energy, apply the energy onto Xiao. And if you want to utilize her for Q, well, you just try to get a good amount of area where enemies are at, proc Q, and then just go into Xiao Elemental Burst, go up, go down, or possibly you can use Xiao Elemental Burst, go kill off some enemies, and then go back to the field and try to kill enemies there while you're regenerating health. But that's gonna be it for this video.